The Red Sox made a few minor moves this week that certainly will help with depth in certain departments, but these moves probably won't make fans jump out of their seats too much, but we got to talk about them.
You are Locked On Red Sox, your daily Boston Red Sox podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Thank you for making Locked On Red Sox your first listen of every single day. I am your host, NESN's Lauren Willand, and I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. I hope you were able to enjoy some time with your friends, with your family, watching football, taking naps, however you decide to spend the holiday. I hope you decided to spend it the way you wanted to. For me, it was wonderful. I went to my mom's. My mom hosts Thanksgiving every year pretty much, and she's done that pretty much my whole life. So go to my mom's. We have a great meal. And then we just kind of hang and watch football. I also worked my full-time job. So I did have to do that for 8 hours, but that's okay. I was able to do it from home and still able to be present with my family. So it was a lot of fun. Today, we are going to chat about the Red Sox making some moves this week. They've made some trades. They've signed some free agents. They're not big moves here. They're not Xander Bogaerts. They're not a big free agent name that they picked up off the market, but they will help with depth. Well, they'll hopefully help with depth. And the Red Sox really need that. We saw that last year. We saw how there was just no depth in the bullpen. There was no outfield help, just a big mess, to put it lightly, that the Red Sox were faced with last year. So they made a few moves that hopefully will help fill those holes. Will these people amount to anything? That remains to be seen. But we'll start with Joley Rodriguez, who is a veteran southpaw. He pitched for the Mets last year. And this, I believe, has the potential to really bolster the bullpen, which is a very big area of need for the Red Sox next season. Chad Jennings of The Athletic, who we just had on Locked On Red Sox this week, he reported that the deal carries a $1.5 million base salary for 2023, with the 2024 option coming in at $4.25 million, or the Red Sox can buy him out for $500,000. So there are also various bonuses involved that could push this total to just over $8 million for 2 years. That's also according to Chad Jennings. And personally, I think this is kind of a relatively modest price for Rodriguez considering his upside and his numbers. When you look at his numbers, you go to his baseball reference page, they're not jumping out at you. They're not eye-popping. They're not making you go, oh yeah, the Red Sox definitely got a steal with this guy. But if you kind of pull back the curtain and take a look that way, you'll see that they kind of go beyond the stats that we tend to look at. So there's definitely a lot to like. The Red Sox did need another lefty in their bullpen. That's the first thing here. Matt Strom did hit free agency, and Jake Diekman was traded at the trade deadline for Reese McGuire. So the Red Sox certainly needed some lefties here. There is the potential, of course, to bring back Matt Strom, but we don't know if that's going to happen. Rodriguez is coming off a 2022 season that had him at a 4.47 ERA. He had 55 appearances, 50 and 1/3 innings total. That was all with the Mets last year. But if you take a look at the underlying metrics, not just the innings pitched, the ERA, the record, or anything like that, those metrics kind of show that he pitched better than the numbers show. So, like I said, if you pull back that curtain, you dive a little deeper, he ranked in the 96th percentile in average exit velocity, 95th percentile in barrel percentage, and 94th percentile in chase rate. He also had a 3.23 FIP while striking out 10.2 batters per 9 innings. So basically what that means is that he has a lot of weak contact, a lot of ground balls, and one of the bigger issues is his walks. So he ranked in the 6th percentile in walk rate in 2022, 4.6 walks per 9 innings. That's obviously not ideal. We saw how much the Red Sox struggled with walks last year as well, but the rest of Rodriguez is certainly intriguing, and I think it's especially intriguing for a Red Sox team because they rank 27th in bullpen FWAR, and the bullpen has several holes to fill on his pitching staff. And not for nothing, Rodriguez was pretty hard on left-handed hitters and right-handed hitters during his 1 year with the Mets. So you have a pitcher who has potential, and I know that we've talked about this person has potential, and Red Sox fans don't want somebody who has potential. They want somebody who's a proven player. And I have more confidence in Rodriguez than I do in some other pitchers in the bullpen and some other pitchers who are on the free agent market. So right now I like it. I think it's cheap money. It's not money that's going to keep them from signing Xander Bogaerts, but I don't hate it. I'm not convinced that it's going to be the move. Obviously, I think there is more work to do for this bullpen, and I hope that they are not done. I hope they don't look at this and say, we got Rodriguez, we got our lefty. All right, we're good to go. I certainly don't think that's the case, but I'm encouraged, cautiously encouraged, cautiously optimistic that he will be okay in the bullpen. Yes, the walks don't look good. Yes, the numbers don't look good. They're not sexy numbers. But again, you dive a bit deeper, you kind of have a little bit more faith in him after kind of diving deeper into the pitcher he is than just kind of looking at his numbers. We are going to talk about two other players that the Red Sox acquired this week, just as soon as I tell you about BetOnline. BetOnline.net is your number one source for sports betting info, stats, news, and analysis. You can get all the latest odds and the trends for every professional and amateur league out there, from football to basketball to soccer and esports. Everything is over at betonline.net. World Cup, the Celtics, who are just going through the NBA like it's nothing. The Bruins, who did have their win streak come to an end, but hopefully they get back in the win column on Friday, and everything in between. And if you love sports podcasts, you can find those at BetOnline as well. They're always the fastest and the easiest way to get your betting fix. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more about all the trends and all the action. That's BetOnline, where the game starts. So the Red Sox did not stop at Joley Rodriguez. They also made a trade with the Pittsburgh Pirates. They got infielder Hoy Park. He's a 26-year-old. He was DFA'd by the Pirates on Tuesday of this week. He played in only 23 games for the Pirates in 2022. He hit 216 with 2 home runs and 6 RBI. So no, during that time, he didn't show the most potent offense, but he did show that he can be versatile as a defender. He started games at second base, third base, and shortstop. No, he is not the replacement for Xander Bogaerts. I saw some people on Twitter just absolutely losing their minds that this was the replacement for Xander Bogaerts, and I just need people to calm down for just a few minutes. I know anytime you see shortstop, you're probably going to be a little ugh because you want Bogaerts to come back, and you have every reason to believe that the Red Sox are going to screw this up. I 100% understand, but he is not the replacement for Bogaerts. He's a depth piece. Again, maybe he'll work out, maybe he won't. And he does have experience playing in the outfield. Again, I don't want to experiment with people. I've said this before, where just play the position they're supposed to play. Don't put players in positions they're not used to. That's not their natural position. Unless there is legitimate reason to put them out there, just don't. But Park made his MLB debut with the Yankees in 2021, and then New York traded him away as part of a midseason trade for Clay Holmes. So just another depth piece. I think that Jake said it best. You can't have too much depth. You do have this person who's played second, who's played third, who's played short. But if you lose Xander Bogaerts, you are going to need some infield depth. And I think that Park will provide that. I don't think he's going to come here and be this superstar. I just think that the Red Sox right now are building their depth and doing this slowly. Yes, it's annoying to see because the priority needs to be Xander Bogaerts. And every time that the Red Sox tweet and make this official, everyone's always like, this isn't Bogaerts or announce Bogaerts. Just smaller moves that the Red Sox are making. The final one that they made was for Narciso Crook. He primarily spent time with Chicago's AAA affiliate in Iowa. He made his debut in 2022. He played in 4 games, 3 against the Red Sox. He went 1 for 7 with 5 strikeouts. But he did impress in AAA. He had a 260 average, 19 home runs, 67 RBI, and an 837 OPS in 101 games. So there is potential. I keep saying that word potential. And I think Red Sox fans too are also familiar with players who can be very good in AAA. And it just never seems to really translate to the major league level for whatever reason. So I understand if people want to be wary of that and they want to kind of be like, again, we don't need potential. But at the same time, the Red Sox need depth. He's also appeared in all 3 outfield positions. That was for AAA last year. He spent a majority of the time in right, which the Red Sox certainly need some help in right field. He also played 9 games at first base, but I think first base should be covered for the Red Sox. So I'm thinking that much like the other two, Crook will add depth to AAA Worcester. And then there's the outfield with the Red Sox that has Alex Verdugo, Kike Hernandez, you have Rob Refschneider, and in a pinch, you do have Jaron Duran, which I hope the Red Sox deal this offseason. But again, we're going to cross that bridge if and when we get to it. So those are the three. Again, nothing that's going to move the needle, really, nothing that probably will make Red Sox fans super excited and be like, yeah, we got Hoy Park. Yeah, we got Narciso Crook. Yeah, we got Joley Rodriguez. But it's depth pieces. The Red Sox need that depth, and the Red Sox desperately need help in their bullpen. They desperately need help in the outfield. Hopefully that they can provide some sort of help. I'd want to say hopefully. I'd want to say down the line. I don't want to say. I hope they're not relying on these players, and I truly don't think they are. I think if anything, we'll see Joley Rodriguez first out of these three. But I just think it's going to be an off season where Red Sox fans need to have a lot of patience. And I understand that that's difficult because there's one major move that Red Sox fans want the front office to make, and that's Bogarts. But we're still waiting with bated breath what's going to happen with him. Before we get out of here, I just wanted to end this show on a quick mental health minute. Obviously, yesterday was Thanksgiving, and as I said, I hope everyone enjoyed the holiday, however you decide to celebrate it. I just want to take a minute and just say that I'm so thankful to have this podcast, to have a great co host in Jake, have amazing listeners and people who interact with us, whether that's on Twitter at LO_Red Sox or on our personal accounts at Twitter. If you comment on the videos, we don't always see the comments right away, but we do try to reply when we do see them in a timely manner. We love reading your comments. We love interacting with each and every one of you. We think it's fun, especially in the off season. Some of you have some crazy ideas, and it is really fun to hear those things because you hear a lot of people kind of stay safe in their predictions, and then you have the bold ones, which are so fun to read, and it makes you wonder too. Like, it kind of makes you think kind of outside of your box, even though you look and you're like, okay, that could be incredibly insane for the Red Sox to do, but it might be so insane that it could work. So thank you a million times over for listening to us, for tuning in, whether that's on YouTube, the Odyssey app, Apple, or Spotify. We're so thankful for you, and we're so excited to continue talking to you this off season. We miss baseball. We are so ready for spring training and regular season games. All of you are just so amazing. And again, so thankful for each and every one of you. Thank you for making Locked On Red Sox your first listen of every single day. Please rate, review, and subscribe to Locked On Red Sox right here on YouTube, Apple, Spotify. Wherever you get your podcast is where you can find us. Also, find us on Twitter at LO_Red Sox, Jake at Jake Iggy, and me, La Lauren, 3 Laws, Lauren with 4 R's. Be sure to check out all the other shows across the Locked On Network: Locked On Astros, Locked On Phillies, Locked On Yankees. Where's Justin Verlander going to go? Where's Aaron Judge going to go? Is Xander Bogaerts going to go to the Phillies? A lot of off-season chit-chat happening across the Locked On Network. Have a wonderful weekend. If you're going Black Friday shopping, have fun, get the best deals you can, be safe, be smart. Unless you're just kind of like me, you wait till Cyber Monday. Do it all from your computer, get it all out of the way. If you're at the Bruins game today, let me know. I am covering the game for NESN, so I will be there. Let's say hi. Until then, have a wonderful weekend. We will see you on Monday. And as always, let's go Red Sox.